Hey guys, Jill from Two Dogs Media. Welcome to my showdown between SEMRush and Ahrefs. I want to preface this video with the fact that this is not a tutorial and this is not a review. What I'm hoping to provide you is an overview of some of the most important parts of each tool, the things that they have in common, like the site audit tool, the keyword ranking tool, the backlink tool, so that you can see how they look in each tool. I'm often asked, which do you prefer, SEMrush or Ahrefs? Which one is better? I can't say that one is better than the other. I like them both. I have subscriptions to both. I don't know that I could choose just one because there are some things each does better, and I am going to share that as well. If one tool does do something a little better than the other, or has a feature that the other doesn't have, we'll talk about that. I'm going to try and keep this short. There's a lot to go through. I am not going to cover the entire tool set. I'm just going to go over a few of the most common features. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave some notes in the comments on my blog post, and I'll be glad to try and help you out. So first off, we're going to cover the site audit feature in SEMrush. So when you do a site audit, this is your overview screen. It'll give you all of your issues if you have any. Thankfully, I don't, which is surprising. You can see my site health dropped a notch from the last time I did an audit. Tells me how many pages. So all the information is really right here. Then we have these tabs across the top that gives you a little bit more. I can click on issues. And this is the full list of issues, but if I want to just look at the warnings, I can do that. I'm going to skim through, and I like that they do this. They give you a little pop-up on how you can fix things, so that's really helpful for newbies. Okay, if I click on one of the issues, it takes me to another page, which will show me the pages that have problems. So 7 pages have too much text within the title tags. So I may want to go and redo my title tags for these pages because they really should be under, I don't know, I think it's like 160 characters. So I'll go back and I'll fix those and work on that. Okay. Crawled pages, it gives you all the pages you've crawled, statistics. It'll tell you just some statistics about what's going on in your site, markup. I might want to, see where I can add some more markup on some posts. You can click this. It'll tell you which pages don't have markup, so you can go ahead and fix it if it needs it. Clearly, affiliate disclosure does not need markup. My robots text doesn't need markup, sitemap doesn't need markup, so it is catching some things that truly don't need markup on them, so I don't have to worry about those. Site structure just shows you the hierarchy. Okay, back to the statistics. So one thing I do like, and SEMrush is really good about this throughout the whole tool, it'll give you different ways to view your data. So if you're a text kind of person and this resonates with you, great. If you're more like me and you need the pretty graph, they got that too. So you can see the pretty graph. You can compare crawls, so I can go back to any crawl I've ever done and just see where I am in terms of making improvements. And this will just show me the progress across the board, and I can look at different things. This is helpful if you have a major website with a lot of errors. This just helps you really hone in on specific errors to see how you're doing. So that's the site audit in SEMrush. And then here's the site audit in Ahrefs. So this is the list of all the audits that have been done. And this is the overview page. So again, same information, just delivered maybe a little bit prettier than SEMrush. Tells you all the information that you need to help you improve your website. So here, page has no follow and do follow incoming internal links. Meta description tag is missing or empty. I might want to address these right away. If I click on it, okay, it'll tell me a little description about what's wrong. I can click view affected URLs. Takes me to another page. Then I can see the URLs and the issues that it has. Okay, so you can see here, everything's in the left, where in SEMrush it was across the top. So you can pull all different reports. You can see images, if there's broken images. I have an issue with one, missing alt text. I could click that. I can see the URLs. So again, very similar in what they do, just delivered probably a little nicer in Ahrefs, but they both are fantastic in just getting that content out there. Personally, for me, I prefer to use Sitebulb or Screaming Frog to run my audits because it just gives you more in-depth data, but these are great overviews. So that's your site audits. Now we're going to talk about organic research, or organic terms that your website ranks for. So if I put in Two Dogs Design, okay, Ahrefs is telling me I rank for about 1,700 keywords. If I put it in SEMRush, it's about 1,700 keywords. So these are the keywords my website is currently ranking for. The data for both of these tools comes from very different places. Like there's keywords I can see that I rank for in Ahrefs that does not show in SEMrush. So they're pulling from very different areas. So it's a good guide, but neither tool is going to give you every single keyword you rank for. It's just pretty much not possible, I don't think. So organic positions, you'll see your keyword, you'll see if you have a feature. So here, how does DIB work? I actually have a featured snippet for that. I have a featured snippet and an image, pack image. Here I have some site links. So you can see at a glance, what you have. Here, web page test tutorial, I got nothing going on because nothing's blue. I can see where my positions are, if I've changed recently, if I've had any ups or downs, approximately how much traffic I'm getting for that keyword, the volume, keyword difficulty. So all your standard information is going on. If I click on the arrow, it'll show me where I've been over time. So this URL, this is a pretty new post. So I've pretty much been at position 1 kind of the whole time. Let me see if I can find a different one. This one you can see I dropped a little bit. I dropped a position. I must have been at 4. Now I'm at 5. So it's a good way to just kind of see where you are, big picture. Okay, so if I go to Ahrefs, same thing. You see the keyword, the volume, keyword difficulty, position, Two Dogs Design, that's the URL, and then I can see here where I was ranking over time. Same thing, just like SEMrush. I can see, I was here for a while. My site links look like they dropped off. And then I can see the search engine result, which this you don't have from here in SEMrush. There is no search engine. Like I can't see the SERPs. I can click on this and be taken to the SERP. And you'll see, so there I am in the search. So it'll show me the search result. But I do kind of have a preference that I can see everything right here, because then I can see if I was in position 10 for this and I click the SERP, I can see what I need to do. How competitive are those top 10 pages? So that's one advantage to Ahrefs, is just the ease of use right here from the screen, being able to see the competitors. So for example, like here, meta description examples, I'm at number 7. I'm going to want to take a look at who's in position 1 through 6 and what can I do. So 1 is Yoast, Themile, Moz, Evolving SEO, and Search Engine Watch. So you can see my domain authority is nowhere near where these guys are, but I'm beating out these guys down here. So this just gives me a good eye view of, okay, what can I beat these guys? So it's just nice to have that information right here. I think that's a win for Ahrefs on how they do that. So let me close this. So that is your organic keyword ranking for your pages. Position changes, both tools have this. I actually like SEMrush for this because I can easily see what's improved and declined in a great little chart here. And then you can also see it down here as well. Okay, for this one, if you go to movements, which is the same thing, so this is called position changes, this is called movement. It just gives you a list. There's like no visual. Because I'm visual, it really does help. But you can click, your new keywords, and it'll show you any new ones that you've recently came up for. I can see which ones I lost. Okay, so here I can see different keywords I've lost. So it does give you all that, so you can see where you've lost keywords easily. But again, I'm visual. I like this. And then you could see it down here as well if you want to. It'll tell me who my competitors are. So competitor positioning map, how am I doing amongst my competitors? Clearly I need to do some work because I'm not doing as well. The competitors here are competing domains. Okay, so very similar. It's just going to tell me who my top competitors are in a list. Here's the list here. Here's the list here. These are my top pages. Okay, and then my top pages here. So the one thing I do like about Ahrefs, again, it comes down to making it easy from one page. So for here, custom Gutenberg resource block, my traffic is about 165. I'm ranking for about 9 keywords. Here, I'm seeing I have 402 keywords for what is a meta description. My traffic is approximately 24% of my traffic comes from this post, my top keyword. But I can see all the keywords I rank for right here. I just have to keep clicking next 10. So this gives me a good idea of how well that post is doing. For this one, if I click, it's going to take me to a new page. But I can see that I'm going up. So one of the things I do like about Ahrefs is that everything's kind of on one page. I don't have to go to a new page to see things. So that's the bonus there. And if I click on the URL, okay, so this takes me to my URL of my website. And this actually takes me to an overview for that specific page. So this is where there's a lot of differences between the tools. I do feel like there is more information provided in SEMrush. It's just provided much differently. So for this specific page, now I've got even more data. I can view all my organic keywords. I can see the positions just for this page. I can see the competitors just for this page. Position changes. Okay, I can see what I've lost just for this page. So again, tools do the same thing. They just deliver the data much differently. It's going to be a preference thing. Okay, so that is your ranking keywords. Backlinks, I'm going to say this straight out. Backlinks do with Ahrefs. I am not finding SEMrush to be effective for backlinks at all, so I'm not going to spend much time on this. I'm going to sort by authority. This is the Ahrefs authority score. They all have their own different scores. You can see my top one is Wikipedia, and then GitHub, Constant Contact. But if I do my backlinks with Ahrefs, I got YouTube, WordPress, even before the Wikipedia. So SEMrush isn't picking these up. It's not picking up Elegant Themes or Behance. Okay, those are not even on here. Oh, there's Elegant Themes. But Behance is not in here anywhere. So they find very different things. I don't use backlinks in SEMrush at all. I only use Ahrefs for this, and there's a lot of reasons. So links to target, I can easily see where they're linking to me from. The strength with the backlinks is using it to find your competitors' backlinks or find lost backlinks. So that's really what you are going to use this for the most, to find those backlink opportunities. So I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Ahrefs for backlinks, without a doubt. And then the last thing I'm going to cover is the Keyword Magic tool versus the Keyword Explorer tool. So I put in tennis shoes just to get this started. It'll give me a list of all the related tennis shoe terms. You can do all keyword ideas, which will give you pretty much everything, whether it's relevant or not. You can do phrase match if you only want to use tennis shoes within the phrase. Also rank 4, which is good for finding related topics and other types of things that you can use to enhance the post you're monetizing. So just a great way to find additional content there. Search suggestions. So they have all these different ways that you can find different information. Questions. Okay. And then tennis shoes here. They do it a little bit differently. SEMrush focuses on putting them into groupings on the side here, which I kind of like. It really helps you find content ideas so that you can do like a pillar content with supporting content. So for tennis shoes, maybe I want to do women's tennis shoes. And then if I click on this, I can do a main post about women's tennis shoes, and then I can do black women's tennis shoes from Adidas. I know there was one I saw somewhere like women's tennis shoes for large feet, women's tennis shoes for small feet. So there's all these different segments that you can really refine. So tennis, you can just kind of filter down and just see. So although it may not be as pretty as Ahrefs, I do think there is more data. I have found the number of keywords that SEMrush returns is usually much higher than Ahrefs. The really good thing about Ahrefs is the ability to, so if I want to do how to wash tennis shoes, I want to learn more about it. Okay. It gives you this screen, which is really beneficial. And this is the one thing that I wish SEMrush had. You can see the search volume for how to wash tennis shoes is about 3,400 a month in the US. Clicked, 40% of the results are clicked, 61% are not clicked. Organic gets 99% of the traffic. And that's kind of an important number. Like if it was 99% paid traffic, there would be no point in optimizing for it. So this is one thing that Ahrefs is better at, is just giving you this kind of data. Tells you the keyword difficulty, and then gives you all these other options for how to refine and find different terms. Okay. If you go here and I click on, I'm just going to do, let's do actual tennis shoes. Okay. It doesn't really give you the same ability to see how competitive a term is or what kind of clicks it's getting. So here I can see the search volume's 50 and I can see the keyword difficulties they're telling me is pretty hard. The volume is only 420. It's telling me what the search trend is, which means, is it being searched all year round or is it just a seasonal? Then I can see the keyword variations, related questions, related keywords, and then I can do a SERP analysis. So if I click Get Metrics, it'll kind of give me an idea of how many referring domains, how many backlinks they have, so I can see if I can beat them in the search results, if it's a term worth even searching for. So very different tools in terms of how they deliver the content and where they're pulling their numbers from. In my opinion, I use both. So I don't want to say one's better than the other. I do like the visual here better than SEMrush, and I do like this little feature here. I like seeing that 99% of the clicks for this term are organic. I think that helps make a really smart choice. I'm hoping they add something like that, hint, hint, but we'll see. So those were the main things I wanted to cover today. The thing about SEMrush that I really like, they have so many other features. So if you click on features up in the top, okay, this is pretty much everything that they have going on. You can do an organic research, display advertising tool, a backlink gap. They both have that where you can find backlinks. But again, anything with backlinks, Ahrefs is the star. Market Explorer is an upgrade. I haven't touched that. You have to pay more for it, and I haven't done that. Keyword research. They have all these tools. So they have a keyword difficulty tool, keyword magic tool, which I just talked about. They have an SEO writing assistant. I haven't tried this yet. Okay, but it helps you optimize your content better. And this is something I'm going to look into and see if, how well it works. But it's just one of their tools. They have a lot of different tools. They have a cost per click map. So you can kind of get an idea if you're doing cost per click, how much something is in a certain part of the state, the average that they're spending. There's topic research. Okay, so topic research is the same as Content Explorer in Ahrefs. Okay, so if I wanted to enter, let's talk about SEO tools. I'll put that in here, and I'm going to put SEO tools in here. You know how important finding relevant content is, or finding content ideas. Both of these tools do a really good job with this. I actually am partial to SEMrush. I always used Content Explorer. I'm finding SEMrush just to be a little more useful in my opinion. The only benefit to Ahrefs that I love is the live and broken links. So for this, okay, I can search for just SEO tool related posts that are broken. So for example, okay, so this one, the top 10 SEO tools for all websites in 2020. If I click this link, it's telling me it's not working right now. Something's not right. So I, being a smart marketer, can click on the referring domains. These are the people that are linking to Search Recon, and I can reach out to them and be like, hey, you're linking to a broken link. How about taking my link instead? So this is one really great asset for their Content Explorer tool. I have not found anything like this in the SEMRush tool. So that's just one thing to think about. So now we're going to go back to Live and Broken for a minute. So in the scheme of things, you can see all this different data. It's going to show you some of the pages that are talking about SEO tools by their popularity. You can sort them in so many different ways. You can find the trends over a period of time. Clearly, this is a pretty popular post. It's got 29 referring domains. This one has 4,300. So it just gives you a great way to find content ideas. You can find top authors related to this. So all these different filters. SEMrush, on the other hand, so they took it a step further. You've got all these different cards. You could put trending subtopics first. If I turn this off, you'll notice that goes away. So just another little filter to find, if there's something trending. Site audit, which is related to SEO tools. Okay, and you can show more. Gives you kind of more ideas for headlines, the questions, who, what, where, how. And you can save all these right to your favorites. So if you see something like, oh wow, I didn't think to add that to an article, just click it, add it to your favorites. What I really love, there's different ways to look at the data. Again, that's one of the selling points for me for SEMrush is the differences in how the data can be seen, which is just a really cool thing to me. So Explorer, just another way to see different content ideas. Overview, top 10 headlines by backlinks, top interesting questions, subtopics that are trending. I love this. Mind map. Okay, so mind map for me, I love this. So SEO tools, you got site audit. I can click on Google Analytics. It'll give me all the information right to the left. Okay, because I am visual, this is really helpful to me. Okay, so that's it. I mean, that's kind of the difference between the most popular parts of SEMrush and Ahrefs. I hope this was a little bit helpful. If you have any questions on any of this, please just shoot me up on the comments and I'll be glad to help. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.